shevet achim gam yachad. If you're Jewish, you know that song, right? Hinei matov, how good it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together in harmony and unity. But I have a question for you. How united are the Jewish people, really? 2 weeks ago, I was in Israel, as you heard this morning, at my daughter's wedding, along with 560 of her closest friends. But there's another number, and that's a number of people who were a little less than thrilled for my simcha, and rolled their eyes. And that's because my daughter is an ultra-Orthodox Jew. The most surprising part of my daughter's journey is not that she made it, it's that of people's reactions to it. I get spoken to at Shabbat dinners in front of large groups of people. I get emails, I get phone calls. Complete strangers speak to me. Of course, friends and family have what to say as well. Their comments range from silly, absurd stuff to completely inappropriate and disrespectful and hurtful. Let me give you a little taste of some of the comments I get. And I want to tell you, honestly, these are actual comments that have been said to me. I'm not dramatizing for the story, okay? Miriam, your daughter is Orthodox? Like with the Shema Mama on the head and the whole thing? Oh, yeah. How did that happen? What did you do wrong, do you think? Oh, I bet you're sorry you gave her that graduate school education, huh? That's a waste now, because she's just going to stay home and have like 12 kids. She's never going to work. Did you know, Miriam, that she'll have to walk 12 paces behind her husband? And my personal favorite, Orthodox Judaism is a cult. You need to hire an interventionist and bring her home immediately. I couldn't wrap my head around these comments. I just wasn't expecting them. Why was this acceptable for one branch of Judaism to just completely bash another branch? I mean, when did this become okay? Don't enough people hate us? Do we have to hate each other also? In the words of the old Wendy's commercial, where's the yachad? To understand my daughter's journey, you have to understand a little bit of my own. I was born to two extremely secular and assimilated Jewish parents. My brothers were bar mitzvah, done. That was it. We never attended synagogue again. Not on the high holy days, no fasting. So it was to no one's surprise when I married, out of the faith, my college sweetheart, who was a white Anglo-Saxon Presbyterian from deep in the Midwest, with blonde hair and blue eyes. His mother was the church organist. This daughter went to Fulford United Methodist Church preschool in North Miami Beach and was frequently Mary Magdalene in the Nativity play. Okay? But that marriage to the Presbyterian, it soon dissolved. And I found myself remarried, wait for it, to a yeshiva boy from Queens. Suddenly, at 35 years old, I found myself living a completely different life than I could have ever imagined. Okay, he threw out my pork chop pan, he koshered my kitchen. Fridays were no longer Miriam at Hooters happy hour, but Shabbat dinners. Every Saturday, we are in synagogue. We celebrated all the holidays. I'd never even heard of Purim or Sukkot or Shavuos. And suddenly, at 35, I was the queen of the blind soufflé for Shavuot. But meanwhile, my daughter remained disengaged. I would still have to drag her to synagogue, and I would watch her there. You know, her eyes were just like vacant. She stood up, she sat down, she stood up, she sat down, she turned to whatever page she was told to turn to. We sent her on March of the Living, and we sent her on Birthright, and she was greatly affected by both those programs. Affected, but not connected. Not yet. It wasn't until after her freshman year at the University of Florida, and she came home for the summer. I was looking for something for her to do, and I sent her to Israel on an internship program, unbeknownst to me, of the Orthodox bent. She came home, and she was changed, the proverbial spark in her eye. The idea of living a Torah-observant lifestyle just spoke to her. This was Judaism. This was her home. She had found her place. Little by little, over the next 3 years at college, I saw the traditional trappings of university college life fall by the wayside. She started spending less time with her Phi sorority sisters and more time at Chabad. She started keeping kosher inside and outside of the house. She started keeping Shabbos. Until one day she came home on a winter break, and we got those big black, those hefty lawn trash bags, and we filled up all of her pants, all of her sexy leggings and her skinny Abercrombie jeans and her skimpy Forever 21 tank tops. Transformation was complete. One thing I can tell you for sure is that the strength of the Jewish people lies in our unity. Did you know that Greater Miami Jewish Federation has the word unity in its mission statement? They also have a specific statement talking about spiritual diversity and inclusion. And of course, they have programs and events for all branches of Judaism. So I'm optimistic. But I can tell you, believe me, we have a long way to go. But you can help me. You can help me by telling your friends, your family, your community that the Greater Miami Jewish Federation is not for Reform Jews. It's not for conservative Jews, for Chabadniks, for Hasids, for Kabbalists, for Reconstructionists. The Greater Miami Jewish Federation works on behalf of the Jewish people, period. And the very future of our community depends upon this. Now sing with me. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Thank you.